Just take a moment.
It's just taking a long moment. Our next guest, it's one of the UK's best-selling music artists, and he's now unexpectedly found himself with the title of the King of Twitter. We know and love him for hits like this.
You're beautiful, it's true.
And this.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
But James Blunt says he found his real voice on Twitter.
We've got some examples of James's tweets. Can we all take a moment to remember just how terrible James Blunt was? No need. I have a new album coming soon.
OK, how about this one? James Blunt just has an annoying face and a highly irritating voice. To which James replied,
and no mortgage.
Now he's written a book about his unexpected rise to interweb fame. It's called How to Be a Complete and Utter Blunt, the diary of a reluctant social media sensation.
Paul puts, little bit of James Blunt never hurt anybody. And I'd probably say, like, depends where I put it.
How good.
The book is out now, and James joins us live from Ibiza in Spain. James!
Wow.
Oh,
Just Ibiza.
How are you guys doing? Very nice to hear you.
Just Ibiza. Hey, before we talk about the book, James, Karl keeps talking about this night he had with you in
James
Ibiza.
doesn't need to talk about it. I'm just saying
I want to know if you remember the night with Karl.
Well, I think what goes on in Ibiza probably stays in Ibiza, so I don't think I should necessarily tell you about it.
Exactly. I can't remember anyway. What a way to celebrate the release. What made you want to write this book, my man?
Well, you know, I think it's fairly evident that, you know, I was on a world tour and I was, you know, heading my way to Australia, and then governments around the world have introduced this virus to stop me playing live music to you all. And you can do that if you must. But what you know is that there will be a kickback, is that I will put a book out and you'll have to deal with that.
Which you've done.
It sounds like there's a baby crying in the background. Is there a baby crying in the background there somewhere?
No, I have a few people locked up in different cupboards and difficult to know.
Well, tell him to keep it down, would you?
I think I seem to recall that happening.
A few journalists tucked away.
I would love to lock you in a cupboard. But James, because I mean, I love it. You're now considered the king of Twitter, and that's a tough title to receive when you're up against Donald Trump, you're up against Piers Morgan, and there's a bit of a battle between you and Piers as to whose book is better.
Yes, I mean. I think really it's a choice, isn't it? You have as which book you buy. It's a choice of good versus evil, or good versus bad. And so I you know, it's your choice. Don't buy his.
That is a great line. What shape coffin do you want from Piers? Normal shape people don't ask that question. Does it take you long to think of these great replies?
Well, what I usually do is, I write down a draft, and then I read it out to whoever's nearby, and like my wife normally. And if she recoils in horror, shaking her head, that's normally when I press send.
Have you been working on any new music too? I know that at your place in Ibiza, you've got a great nightclub at your place. Have you got any new music coming?
What, a nightclub at his place?
Yeah, I mean, I should be. You sound like my record label now. You're asking me what the hell you've been doing all this time through lockdown. Well, we're hoping the vaccine will kick in, and we're hoping the tour will restart in March, and who knows, fingers crossed. But yeah, in the meantime, I might be tickling the odd piano here and there.
Oh, perfect. And you're great mates, as we know, with Ed Sheeran. In fact, he's I think the godfather of your son. A few weeks ago, Ed became a dad. Did he return the favour? And how's he taken to fatherhood?
I am in touch with him. I don't know if I should say, really. He seems to be okay. I think, he's a very... When I was on tour, I have to really describe it. When I was on tour with him, we were touring through North America for 6 months, and it was very, very cold. And so I found, in order to stay warm, I did have to share a bed with him, and I found him to be a very loving, kind person, so I'm sure he'd make a very good, kind father.
I told you, he's a loose unit. I told you.
I didn't think you meant this loose.
No, he's the best. He's the best. We're going to do the show.
There's nothing wrong with it. If I hadn't kept me warm like that, I might have died.
You might have died. Maybe he's saving your life.
Whatever's required.
Exactly. So we're going to do the show over there next year, the Today Show live from Ibiza. We look forward to hosting from your pool.
You're so very welcome. I have the hat ready for you, Karl. And
I think he's worn that hat before.
I have, yeah.
I think there are photos. I think there's evidence.
He's one of the great people in the world, this fella. He's a great fella, lovely fella, and great musician. This is a terrific book. So get out there and buy it. All good book retailers have it. Go and pick it up and pick up some one-liners from James Blunt. Great to see you, my man. We'll see you very soon, hopefully.
I can't wait. See you soon, guys.
Okay,
Thank you so
ciao.
much.